For those of you who don't know me, my name is Saleem Khatri, and I have the distinct honor and privilege of being the CEO of Lavu. This is a really auspicious and important occasion for this young, thriving company born in Albuquerque. And I thought about what it is that I wanted to say and share with this wonderful crowd today. And I realized it wasn't going to be a story about our amazing numbers and our growth and the number of employees and the jobs that we've created in the city of Albuquerque, Miami, Florida, and Hyderabad, India. But rather, it's what we talk about at Lavu, especially over the last 3 months, which is, why are we here? What's our why? So I wanted to start our conversation and discussion today with a chant. It's a little bit different, but I think it'll get us all really into it. So what I need you guys to do is help me out. I need you to repeat after me, okay? Christine, I see you. All right. Lavu. 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 Love you. Love you. Love you. Love you. Lavu. Lavu. In 2010, Andy Lim and 2 other founders started Lavu to better serve restaurants and take care of their customers. He needed a name for the company, and his child couldn't say "I love you, Daddy" in that way because the baby was young, and instead, Lavu. And for all of you people from Albuquerque, you know that a name embodies spirit and ethos of a person or a being. And make no mistake about it, our name is the foundation for everything we do. It's our why. It's the reason why our software developers were up at 5 a.m. yesterday to make sure the newest version of Lavu was released without a hitch. It's the reason why our sales team sells a product integration versus another one, even though the latter is more profitable. It's the reason why our care operators are staffed 24/7 and work on Christmas and Thanksgiving. It's the reason why a Lavuer will spend 18 straight hours to help a customer go live. It's the reason why Lavuers go above and beyond every single day. And all of that shows itself and manifests itself in Lavu 4.0, Lavu Kiosk, and Lavu To Go, our newest products. Clearly, when you know your why, everything falls into place. And we at Lavu embody that every single day. I wanted to welcome and thank our distinguished guests, Commissioner O'Malley, the mayor, who will be joining us shortly, and the governor, Lujan Grisham, and also a special thank you to our press corps, who we love and respect very, very much. We believe in the freedom of the press. And most of all, I'd like to thank our beloved Lavuers, because without you, there's no company, and without you, there's no customer. So thank you very much. Give yourself a round of applause. At this time, I'd like to introduce Commissioner O'Malley, who's going to say a few words.
Thank you very much. This is a really cool place. So good afternoon, and it's our pleasure to be here to witness the expansion and growth of this company. Some folks that I'd like to introduce as part of our team, Bernalillo County's team. Dina Archuleta is back there, and she is just recently the former director of our economic development team. And with her is Jill, who puts all these deals together. There's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes in putting these deals together. And also with us is Marcos, Dan, Sulima, and Tom, and they're part of our team as well. So most of us, and I say us because obviously I'm not talking about you, when we go to a restaurant that uses the tabletop point of sale kiosk, many of us don't know that we're supporting your company. And as a result of this is a wonderful story about how this company came to be. We're proud to support the expansion and growth of Lavu through government-sponsored loans. So the county's involvement in this expansion comes through a grant through the state, through the Local Economic Development Act. It's called LEDA. We're acting as the fiscal agent for the money. That means that we work closely with Lavu to ensuring that the business thrives and that the terms of the loan are fulfilled. Lavu is utilizing $250,000 for this expansion and relocation, and with that expansion, of course, comes jobs, 49 new positions, so that's great. And we're happy to be part of that. Lavu utilizes also something, the state has a program called the Job and Training Incentive Program. It's called JTAP, and for much of its hiring, and we're going to continue to do so with this current expansion. So one of our missions at Bernalillo County is to help our homegrown startups thrive, and particularly in the science and technology sector. So it's this type of expansion and growth that leads to the diversification of our economy. So thank you for inviting me today, and on behalf of our team, congratulations to you and Lavu.
Looks like we're still waiting for both the governor and the mayor to speak, so I invite our head of sales and GM, Steve Brown, to come and talk about our product.
Get it, Steve.
How's everyone doing today? All right. So, let me see. This is working. Okay, awesome. So, what an exciting time for Lavu. I've seen this company grow from Andy Lim's kitchen table to some offices off of Central that have progressively grown over the years, and now we land here in the tallest building, I believe, in all of New Mexico. It's quite an accomplishment, and I couldn't be prouder of this group that has helped this expansion and this growth. But today, what I'm most excited to talk about is the evolution in the next phase of Lavu's future, which includes some pretty impressive product enhancements that have been worked on for many months and really for the better part of the last year. Some of which have already rolled out, and some of which are rolling out in the coming weeks and months. So I just want to take a look back and kind of reflect on what Saleem said is why. Why do we do what we do? And why do we love what we do? Well, that's because we're helping small businesses be able to thrive, right? And historically, the technology that we sell today has not always been accessible to every business. It was accessible to enterprises and to medium and large-sized businesses. But today, Lavu is at the forefront of being able to provide that type of solution to small businesses that are just starting and that are expanding, and that we're part of their growth. So that's something that I'm really proud of, and that's something that I really love. So how are we going to do that? We're launching our latest platform, which is a restaurant management platform. When Lavu started, we really were trying to solve a pretty simple question, and that is, or a problem rather. So how do we help businesses transact? And traditionally, folks are doing that with a big clunky legacy point of sale system or a cash register. So with the advent of tablets, that has enabled folks to be able to transact in a much more customer-friendly, user or business-friendly manner. But Lavu has evolved since then, and the ever-growing demands of our customers continue to evolve, of course. So with that, we are really excited with being able to offer a restaurant management platform. It's well beyond just a digital cash register. It's really an operating system by which a restaurant can manage all aspects of their business, whether that's the part that we see when we go and eat at a restaurant, whether it's in the back of the house in the kitchen or in the back office where folks are managing their cost of goods sold, their workforce management, and things of that nature. So with that being said, one of the major improvements that we're going to see with Lavu 4 is to the user experience and the user interface. The product team has spent countless hours talking with our customers, talking with our staff, talking with industry experts in order to develop a product that is a lot easier to use, easier to navigate, and provides a more streamlined workflow. So how do we do this? With an improved ease of use, it's all about time is money, right? So in a restaurant, every single second counts. If you have to click a button one more time, than you need to, that's another person you could be serving, and those clicks add up. So we've really reduced the number of steps that it takes to accomplish a task that previously may have taken 3, it's taking 1 now. In doing so, we're able to achieve a 30% faster order to checkout workflow. And ultimately, in the restaurant business, there's tons of staff turnover, so we're reducing the time that it takes for folks to get trained up and operational. Next is just consistency throughout the application. So folks just muscle memory, they know exactly where to go for all the functions that they perform on a day-to-day basis. So we've made a more consistent menu across all screens, and we've improved the hierarchy of our menu, which works in a top-down manner. Before, you would have to hunt and peck around the interface in order to find it. Now it's just in a logical top-down fashion. And then in the back of house, this is the interface that folks are using in order to manage their business, run reports, schedule their staff, track their cost of goods sold. And once again, we've tried to consolidate the workflow into business functions in order to surface the most commonly performed tasks and bring them to the top. So now you can run all of your end-of-day procedures from one area. You can manage your entire workforce from one area, and you can simplify the reporting process and surface the data that's really relevant, that's going to help folks to maximize their profitability and revenues. So we're really, really excited about this improvement. Yeah, absolutely. One of the reasons we are so excited is Lavu had early mover advantage. We were the first to market in the in the iPad restaurant point of sale space. We were the first ones to market. No one else was doing it before we were. While we have early mover advantage, we've continued to layer on feature after feature and function after function. But as the product grows and grows and grows, you kind of have to start layering things on here and there and find the best spot. This was an opportunity for the product team to really take a step back and really refine and consolidate all of those functions so that we can provide that better customer experience, which ultimately is going to help all of us eat and enjoy our restaurant experience much, much better. One of the other things that's really changed in the marketplace, as I'm sure most of us have experienced, is the way that we're all shopping today continues to change. People are wanting to shop online, of course. They're wanting to shop from their phone. They want to buy from Amazon while they're in bed. Well, that's the same thing with food. Most of us more and more people are finding it harder and harder to go out to a restaurant to order and to really enjoy the face-to-face interaction. So what do our customers ask for? They want to be able to order online. They want to be able to order from an app. They want to be able to order in-store, but self-service from a kiosk. And that's all possible from the Lavu platform. So over the last couple of years, we've been developing these products, but in the last few months, we've rolled out new iterations of most of these extensions of Lavu. And that includes our Lavu to Go platform, our Lavu kiosk, digital menu boards, and the Lavu loyalty app. Traditionally, these types of products are not accessible to small businesses. They can cost $50,000, $100,000, $250,000 to build a custom app. With the products that we've built, with a click of a button, you can enable a whole new way of ordering for your customer base at a low monthly fee. The Lavu to Go platform is truly powerful in that it's mobile responsive web design. So the same website will look beautiful on your cellular phone as it would on a desktop. It scales up and down dynamically. The Lavu kiosk is a product that enables folks to come into a restaurant and order at their own pace. This is becoming more and more common and more requested, especially in states where minimum wage is increasing, and small businesses are finding it harder and harder to staff at those minimum wages. Digital signage, so presenting the products in a beautiful way, but having control from one interface is something that our customers have been asking for years. And today, from that same control panel, you're able to drive the menus and the items that are being displayed and any price changes that are happening over time. And lastly, loyalty. Loyalty is king. So knowing who your customer is, what their spending behavior is, what they're doing on a day-to-day basis, is data that is truly powerful to a restaurant in order to drive that traffic and to drive the behavior at a particular downtime, or to promote customer loyalty and promotion across the brand. And again, with Lavu, you get the full capability of a loyalty platform as well as an online ordering right from within the app. And with that all being said, we're really excited to go out there and start selling these products. We've already begun, and I foresee that this group of people is going to continue to accomplish great things, and it's with the help of this community as well as all of our customers that help us to be here. So just wanted to thank everyone. I wanted to make a special thanks to a few people that have helped to pull this office together, which includes Michaela, Waldo, Vince, Bianca, Saleem, and the rest of the crew that's really put in a lot of hours to make this move possible and to get this office looking really good. So thank you all for all the effort. Now we can go and work. Enjoy ourselves.
Thank you, Steve. So we're still waiting for the mayor, who should be here shortly, followed by the governor. So at this time, if the press has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. No, too many hands. Yeah, Colin. Can you say where you're from?
Yes, my name is Colin. I'm the tech reporter from the Business First. So we had recently reported that the expansion was using $270,000 in LEDA funding. Is that correct?
Yeah, so it's up to $270,000.
Up to $270,000, and then you have reported $500,000 in JTIP. Is that correct?
Directionally correct. Yeah.
Okay. Then how many workers will Lavu have, or is Lavu planning to fill the space with?
So the space is 17,700 square feet, and there's approximately 110 employees here in Albuquerque. Our plan is to actually double the size of the sales team,
Okay.
and continue to grow other organizations as well within the company. So we don't have a specific number yet, but obviously we have enough space to grow.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then when did this office first open?
What was
It
it?
was November 27th, I believe.
November 27th, right around Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving present.
And then how many employees does the Miami office have right now?
27,
You're hiring over there?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Other questions? This is not like a White House press briefing. Not how I imagined it at all. You? No. Snapchat. You, Colin.
I guess I'll just keep going.
Yeah.
How much money was spent by the company on this expansion?
So we did it in coordination with the LEDA, so we have, up to $270,000. Yeah.
What is the salary range of the new employees that you're planning to bring on?
We have no comment on that
Okay.
at this time.
And then what, aside from all of this, are there any other further technological advancements that Lavu is developing or looking to make in 2019?
Yeah, so one of the things that Lavu feels very passionate about, right? We're always trying to make the restaurant experience better, both for the operator and the patron. So one of the things that we're seeing going forward is the advent of contactless payments, right? Or the ability for you to be able to pay at your table. So that's an area that we're spending an increasing amount of time in the payment space, because it dovetails very nicely with our current offering as software.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
How many employees do you have now? in this office?
110. Yes,
I'll ask one.
thanks.
Can you explain, corporately speaking, there's not a lot of corporate business located in Albuquerque or New Mexico or other states. Why Albuquerque? Why do you continue to stay here? And, because the opportunity, I'm sure, has been there to move this business to other locations. What is it about the economy or New Mexico that keeps this business here?
That's a really great question. So obviously the company was founded here, right? And so we want to honor what the founders did in order to build this amazing startup and contribute to jobs in Albuquerque and the state of New Mexico. but I've lived in many places, including several major cities. And what I find here about the people from Albuquerque is they're extremely down to earth, very family oriented, and they're always willing to go the extra mile. And so a business, in my opinion, a business and life in general is a game of inches. So if you find a group of people that's willing to do that extra, go the extra mile or give that extra inch, that's how you actually build a very successful company. And that's why we're here in Albuquerque. All right, okay, I see the mayor is here. Mayor Keller, if you could come and join us and say a few words. And after that, we'll cut the ribbon.
Sounds good. Wow, well, thank you, and it's great to see everyone from Lavu. So this is, in many ways, sort of a sight for sore eyes, in that the story of Lavu, which you've heard a lot about, is one, of course, that began, and I have to tell an Andy story. I'm sure we're all telling a few different stories here. And is Andy here? Okay, even better. So, well, he liked the t-shirts. So Andy, the founder, he actually, on my first campaign, so I came back, I was born and raised in Albuquerque, and I went away to school and did some other things, actually started a tech startup in Cambodia, of all places. It was the first tech startup in the entire country, and it's still around. It's called Digital Divide Data. We did make it legally a nonprofit, which is also why a lot of people left and eventually came home, because it's sort of set up as more of a social enterprise, which wasn't even a term back when we started it. But it's still around, so if you are interested, check it out. It's awesome. We're in 5 countries. There's like 6,000 employees. But when I came back home, I decided that I was going to kind of rededicate my life to trying to do what I could in Albuquerque with respect to government and public service. And the long story short is that eventually I ended up running for the state senate in the international district, and I needed t-shirts. And there was this guy who was making t-shirts out of his house, out of his apartment, named Andy Lim. And so he made my first campaign t-shirts. He was still in school at the time. And then he's like, yeah, and I was like, oh, I started a company that made websites, but I don't even know how to make websites. I need a website for my campaign. And he was like, oh, I'll make one for you. So my first state senate website, Tim Keller for New Mexico, was an Andy Lim production. And lasted, I think, for one more round before he eventually got into Lavu. So I know we're not here just to talk about that, but I want to let you know the Lavu lineage. I actually saw this company start by engaging with Andy over those years. And then in more recent incarnations, of course, we were just laughing one of your other former executives I knew from business school, actually. And so I've actually been able to have a nice relationship with Lavu at every stage of its growth. And so now as mayor, I'm excited to try and facilitate that and do whatever I can as well to make sure that you continue to grow, make sure that you continue to help Albuquerque. I know some of you are from here, some of you are not, and that's okay. That's what we're all about. And I, as mayor, am so grateful for the dedication to staying here in downtown. And I appreciate the work that the county put in to make that possible. And of course, the owners of this facility, this building, Jim Long and his companies, to make sure that we could actually find a great place to work downtown and keep Lavu right here. Lavu is our Microsoft, if you will. We like to joke because Microsoft's kind of still our Microsoft because it started here, but not really. I'm sure you all know that story. So we love you, and that is an important thing. Know that Albuquerque is very, very proud to have you in our city and also downtown. And you will not be as alone for much longer, because we have 1,000 new jobs coming downtown this summer. And so we've already announced where these are coming in different areas, but even right across the street in the Galleria, there's going to be 700 new jobs with TaskUs. And so those of you who are sort of, looking for things to do after, people to have dinner with, etc., I think we're going to see a whole new generational transition over the course of this summer. And the best part about it is you guys have already been here, and you'll be ready to welcome them into, I think, a very special community. Let me wrap things up by saying also, I know we have challenges. So one of the things as mayor I try and be very straightforward about is, look, we got issues in downtown, we got issues all around Albuquerque, we got workforce challenges, we know this. But we're owning that, we're addressing those, and we're saying we're going to move methodically towards dealing with those. And one of those was creating the downtown police district. So this came as an outgrowth, those of you who are at the old office and so forth. The way we police downtown and keep downtown safe is literally totally different. We have a dedicated team that's actually out of the Alvarado Transit Center. And it's going to get bigger. Right now it's pretty small. I think it's only 3 or 4 people. That also includes a social worker. It also includes solid waste to do power washing and things like this. And so we are literally doing things differently. And I believe that's also going to result to a better outcome. But I just want you to know that we committed when I came into office to dealing with downtown as its own separate special entity. And that's something we'd never done before. Before we would basically just like send you some extra officers and then hope the problems go away. We're not doing that anymore. And so we are committed to keep doing that. And now we're committed to doing that with you together as well. So I really appreciate the opportunity to share a few words. And I want to say congratulations on the new digs. Thank you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Governor Michelle Lujan Smith with us. Oh, sorry, Grisham, I apologize. That's my fault. Thank you very much for joining us, Governor. Congratulations on your recent victory. Can we have a round of applause? So if you could please say a few words, we'd
Yeah, I'd
appreciate
love
it.
to. Wow. First, thank you very much for introducing me, and thank you for including me in this incredible celebration. Look, in just a decade plus, you're in 90 plus countries. You are showing exactly what small businesses and innovation, right, and a commitment to Albuquerque and New Mexico, what those commitments can result in. And look at all of these employees and workers and strong advocates for high-tech, interesting, innovative small businesses that can change the face of how we invest in ourselves, venture capital. And Lavu is one of the best examples about how in, gosh, I love saying it, my new administration, we're going to do more. We're going to double the amount of money that we currently use for small business investments. So we've got a proposal in the legislature right now that'll take us from 50 million to 100 million, and this is exactly the kind of effort that we love highlighting. And I just wanted to say thank you and congratulations. And I want to do just 2 more quick things because I know I'm late and you all are celebrating as you should, but your commitment to downtown Albuquerque, I'm sure the mayor talked about that, is huge as we work, right, to make sure that Main Street investments, which we know work in every size community, including Albuquerque, but there have been real struggles to make that productive and viable. And if you don't believe in this community, then we can't turn the tide. And your commitment and your belief is making a difference in public safety, in what's happening with investments in crime. It's creating a corridor of partnering for law enforcement and interventions and social services and safety net by both the state and this community. And we have to have anchor businesses that believe that our strategies are going to make a difference, because if you don't, then it won't work. We can't expand our economic footprint, and we can't keep investing in businesses, which is a bit unfair, but businesses like this that attract, reward, and keep young professionals in our communities. You're going to make a difference for my children and grandchildren, and I am so grateful. And you have put New Mexico not just on the map in the U.S., but you've put New Mexico on the map across the country. So thank you, and let's keep doing exactly this kind of work. I'm so delighted to be here. I keep trying to hug you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Here we go.
I'm not shy. Thank you, Governor.
Sure.
And just to dovetail on that, you said you wanted to take your budget to grow small businesses from 50 to 100 million. That's exactly what Lavu is trying to do in 2019. We're trying to double our business. And that means more workers, that means more resources, and that means we have the team to make that happen. So thank you everybody for joining. We're super excited to be here in Albuquerque, and like I said, we love you.
Yeah, right on.